House Speaker Nancy Pelosi makes a secret trip to Ukraine, becoming the highest-ranking American leader to meet President Zelensky.
And changes are coming to Hockeytown. Jeff Blashill is out, and now the search for a new head coach begins. Taking a live look outside, we are starting with a soggy start to the day, but what a difference even a half an hour makes. It looked far rainier.
Definitely clearer.
Just a short time ago, but yeah, the clouds seem to be moving off, and we haven't had that stunning sunrise shot yet. But things are going to be warming up a little bit.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today starts right now.
Well, good morning. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Grant Herms.
I'm Priya, man. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News Today. I was like, did you forget?
I forgot my own name for a quick second there. Sorry.
Well, the one thing we've been keeping our eye on all morning long is the radar, because we've both been noticing the green on the screen moving further and further away.
Yes. I mean, our floor director here, Fred, just said he thought it looked rainier outside.
But guess what? Last half hour, it has been rainier, but guess what? Now it is getting drier as we speak. I mean, take a look at downtown Detroit, where it was covered by green and yellow. Light to moderate rain. All of that is now pulled away farther to the north and east. Port Huron still getting some steady rain. Harson's Island, same sort of deal. Downriver, down toward Trenton and also around Gibraltar, we still have some rain that's falling, but all of it's slowly coming to an end as we go through the next half hour to an hour. In fact, we'll see sunnier skies at noon and temperatures will climb. Right now we're in the cool 40s to around 50 degrees. We're looking at 65 by noontime. Now, with the atmosphere still pretty moist and there's still some volatility there, there's a chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. Nothing too heavy, nothing too severe, but be on guard for a heavy downpour and maybe a few rounds of lightning returning. Not across all of southeast Michigan, but scattered about here and there. 69 and near 70 for a high. Looking brighter from this vantage point as we look at downtown Detroit. Gray skies overhead, but 49 degrees right now at the airport. We'll talk more about Monday and beyond also in minutes.
Breaking news from Ukraine this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi traveled to Kyiv and met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
President Zelensky posted this video to Twitter early this morning. Pelosi's visit comes just a week after the visits of Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. Pelosi is the highest-ranking American leader to visit since the start of the Ukrainian war. Her visit marks a major show of continuing support for the country's struggle against Russia.
And now to the latest on the war in Ukraine. Russian officials say a Mariupol steel plant used as a refuge by civilians suffered significant damage. Hundreds of soldiers and civilians are reportedly inside the steel plant. However, Russian officials say at least 25 people were allowed to leave. And in the south, multiple explosions have been reported in the city of Odessa, including an airport runway. Meanwhile, actress Angelina Jolie visited Ukraine for a humanitarian mission, calling for the delivery of humanitarian relief. And closer to home, several Detroit families have come together for a sign of solidarity behind the tragic loss of their loved ones.
Their goal is to bring awareness to each one of their cold cases. Pamela Osborne has more with their search for justice.
At the corner of John R. and State Fair on the city's east side, loved ones gathered together, handing out flyers so we don't forget the men and women whose faces they hold dear.
Tamala Nikki Wells. Her car was found down the street on Coventry.
The mother of two vanished almost 10 years ago, leaving behind her two children.
The worst part is not knowing. You know, there's a lot of people losing their loved ones. You know, my heart goes out to them. I'm passionate because no one deserves to be taken from life. But at least they know where their loved ones is. I don't know.
There were others who knew that grief well.
This man right here was shot 13 times.
Kelvin Wheeler Jr. was killed at a red light at Livernois and Ewald Circle in July of 2020. The 34-year-old father, educator, and football coach was studying to become a preacher.
Go look in the mirror. Think about his son, who's not going to have a father. Think about the community that he could have actually helped.
I just want justice for my son.
In March of 2020, Stephen Radcliffe died after being hit by a white Ford Escape at DeQuinder and East Robinwood. The driver never stopped. Activist Malik Shabazz lending his voice, encouraging others to speak up.
We need people to join on board. We need people to help us to clean up this city.
Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Rewards are being offered for any information that leads to an arrest or conviction in these cases. If you know anything, you're asked to call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
Time now is 7:05, and the search continues for a gunman in the deadly shooting of a 25-year-old woman. Denisha Holloway was in her apartment Saturday morning when police tell us a man walked in and killed her. Police say it happened in the apartments on the corner of Schaefer and Florence near 6 Mile. Her family says she was outgoing and full of joy.
She did nails, she did eyelashes, she'd do some hair. She liked to have fun, just hang out. She was close to her brother. Pretty much she was a people person. She was just outgoing.
And police tell us they're still looking for the gunman while paying attention to a Jeep related to the shooting. Anyone with information is asked to call police.
The Grand Rapids police officer who shot Patrick Lioya in the back of the head did not have any complaints of excessive force against him. The department released the personnel file for Officer Christopher Schur to the Associated Press. According to the file, Schur has no complaints of excessive force against him since he began being as an officer in 2015. It's possible that complaints against Schur are no longer in his file. The police union's contract allows expungement of certain records if conditions are met. Schur remains on paid leave. The case has been forwarded to the Kent County Prosecutor's Office.
Well, big news coming from the Detroit Red Wings. Head coach Jeff Blashill is out. The GM is deciding to go in a new direction.
Blashill will not return for an 8th season, and his 2 assistants are gone as well. In 2012, he joined the Wings as an assistant to Mike Babcock. The next season, he became head coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins and won the Calder Cup in his first year on the bench. In 2015, Blashill took over as the Wings head coach, making only 1 playoff appearance.
And this season, the team went 32-40 this year. There will be a press conference on Monday to discuss where the Wings will go next. Certainly a lot of eyes on that.
Yeah, Steve Eisman really hoping to go in a new direction next season.
For sure.
We'll see.
Any predictions, Andrew?
Weather predictions.
I love it.
And we're always optimistic about the Red Wings.
Of course.
I can't wait for next
It is
next
hockey
season.
town.
Exactly right. Out there right now, we're seeing increasing amounts of sunshine, and the weather prediction for today, warmer, sunnier, but still a chance of showers.